Up top with Adnan Piganovic, always a very clever coach that will troubleshoot. Now, question is, Mpumvelase, is he the right fix? Because he's at troubleshooting, will I tell you. 4 appearances is yet to score, but the goal-scoring burden has been off his shoulders. Mahlambi, Ditejan, Nkaka, they've been cooking and cooking with gas. We are about to see whose fire is absolutely at its pinnacle. It is Munna, Pule, Saleng and co. looking for their first win of the season out in Dobsonville. Well, the rather would be out in Rustenburg, but it's not worked out because we are told the lights are rusty. From left to right, they are taking the screen. TX Galaxy in their chain strip of blue. Right to left of the screen. Alongside is the cool cat himself with expert analysis, legendary voices in commentary tonight in Zama ZZ Masondo and Mapale Molo. I go by the name of Mr. Sugar Temba Boy. A very good evening to you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, it's gonna be the fastest goal of the Premier League season. Barely the T part has even flicked on hot. Barely the chairs have been pulled up. And TX Galaxy already writing headlines. 39 seconds and counting. Oh, the record fuel is rocking, all right.
Mahlambi, the youngster, obviously coming from the right inside. He sneaks in a little bit more central, but it's a decent cross to be able to find him. And he's got the sharpness. He drifts a little bit central here before that cross is played through. It is Mvelasa with the creativity. He finds himself in the thick of things between the two defenders. It is the sharpest. Titejane does the heavier work, obviously, bring it across. Oh, that's a quality. Moriane rooted to the ground, didn't even move an inch.
They were being questioned in early parts of the season if they've got enough juice, if they've got enough quality and pedigree. Seluleko Mahlambi with his 3rd goal, the fastest of any this season, and that's got to go down, one of the fastest in PSL history. 39 seconds, I counted, by the way, a first assist of the campaign for Sipesihle Matuna, whose shot come cross ended up nicely for Mahlambi. Well, I don't know how much of the finish he knew about, but he knew to direct it in the right direction.
You have to be there. You have to position yourself. You have to anticipate and expect the ball to come through. The rest, obviously, is history. But this is where most strikers fail to do, or they don't do themselves a good favor by being able to anticipate better where the ball is more likely to land. And that's what Mahlambi did.
Tsepo Matsemela must be still in shock, holding off Matuna, the assist maker earlier. If you're coach Bogiso Makoye, that team talk, that setup, it's all going to tatters. Ditejane could still make it worse, such as the quality and confidence oozing in the body of the 21-year-old, deemed surplus to requirements at Chiefs. Well, he's a main chief now. And TX Galaxy, a left-footed chip, William Shongwe.
That man running is what he provided. Yeah, he had the presence of mind to look at the goalkeeper who had come so close. He looks up here and he tries to ding it from underneath, but he's at such a fast pace that he's not able to get the perfect dink to get it over the goalkeeper.
Man, Galaxy is in 5th gear. Can't even get the question out to my colleague here. Next thing you blink and they're already in attacking 3rd. I was going to say the coach's team talk. Bogiso Makoye, he must feel as it's a dagger to the heart and a slap to the face, because you don't set out your side to go concede an opening 39 seconds, William Shongwe. You're already shaking your head.
There's a lot, obviously, that as a coach you got to look into. Did the warm-up go accordingly? Or just the presence of mind from being able to close the spaces from that dip in the middle? His biggest challenge, of course, is that he's let go or substituted the more experienced players, going with the young stars, because he's thinking to himself, I want to give them the experience because they'll help me as the season progresses, and I want the energy because they apply the high press, so that takes the load off the midfielders and the defenders. But there's still the lack of experience that they need to get, and unfortunately you can't go and buy it from the shop, the experience I'm talking about here. You got to earn it the hard way, and this is just one of it. I hope there's enough games for them to get the experience and still survive.
Well, the statisticians have just reported back to me 36 seconds from kickoff until the ball hit the back of the net, William Shonga. Wow. You take that every week. 36 seconds, less than a minute. That's less than 2-minute noodles.
Well, just trying to make sense of what is going on with Ovid College here. And that's obviously having spent a little bit of time with the coach to say, what is your point bringing in these young stars? Is the Betway Premiership. He says, if I don't bring them now, then when? And my question is, are they going to grow quick enough to start giving you the investment that you are putting in them in time before you lose everything? But of course, he says, we'll see. I was happy with my midweek game against Orlando Pirates, and I think it's something that I can continue
build upon.
Yeah.
Well, if he's looking for something to build upon, he's building on sandcastles. Wowza. I said with the Travelers, he did get a win against Siwela Lazama Sokolara, and then it was off. Prior to that was a 4-1 away win to Chippa United, a game that had to come from behind. In fact, they conceded within the opening 5 minutes in the game until it was the Puso Di Tejane show thereafter. Now we pick it up on this right-hand side where Kobamelo Sekodi is there. Need to wipe away that early start that did not go their way, and just get focused and forget about it. The game starts now for them.
Yes.
They get the game's first corner.
Another youngster,
Ramosala pings it beautifully. It's a pre-work move. Doesn't work as yet. Last touch was off Lauleng Mokosi.
He looks a little bit beefy. And just talking to the coach, he says, look, Mr. Shongwe, I understand from where you're coming from. I'm talking to Care. He says, that is muscle. And obviously, he played most of the games last season to help them get promoted. And they realized on that dead game that they needed his services, and he's back and he's doing the business. He played against Pirates. That was his first, and he was exceptional in that game.
Tape Ira. And Ponorova Popa out in Cote d'Ivoire about to handle this situation that may occur. Does not. Doesn't have to be called into action at all. By the way, a goal minder for Tix Galaxy. Maybe chasing a second clean sheet in 5 games. You could mention the likes of Mokosi. There's plenty in the side tonight that help them get to the position that they are in. But as well, it's almost as if they are not helping to keep them in the position that they're in. How big then is big in terms of the class in the difference in class, I should say, between MFC and the Betway Premiership, William Shongwe?
Well, even worse, their situation was made very even more difficult this evening because Batsi, who's the more experienced of all, also was very key last season. He's out. He doesn't feel too good. Just had a chat with him. He says, look, it's just a temporal measure that they're taking so that he can recover fully.
That was cause for penalty there. Good work by Auburn College, mounting some sort of comeback, showing there's some fight still left in this dog. And they get a foul just outside the 18-yard area.
Tibedi.
Right. I was going to say, Willie, you're right. Batsi, their mainstay. Their inspiration out with sickness or illness today. Two key figures missing due to injury, Victor Letsualo as well as Batsi.
For Peng as well, he's another that would normally play as a top striker for Orbit College. But today they've given Malatsi, after that a performance in midweek, they've given him to continue. And I'm sure Gauteng will return at some stage.
Now, Stu that brought over this Ikaneneng Ramo Sala as well as Tsepo Matsimela. Batsepama Aru. Ramo Sala is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Did more than kiss it, shook it. He almost hit back to the home side.
Another set piece. Well, I guess what nearly caught tapped the goalkeeper flat-footed was the fact he expected that take to be on the far left of the goal post. But he got it over the wall into the near. But obviously the ball didn't drop quick enough to beat the goalkeeper. But it was an exceptional take to get it over the wall and the ball start dipping quickly.
Really, they have another chance at this from the same position. Do they go the same modus operandi again? Here, the first warning shot was fired. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time, gets his calibration perfect. Lower than the last one, but the keeper was wise enough.
Yeah, it actually didn't open too much on his left. So that's why he actually had this chance. I mean, I guess having come that close with his first take, the goalkeeper thought, you know what, I might just get a repeat of this, so let me cover myself a bit more central in my positioning.
We're losing on the score sheet, but they're winning in the corner count. That's not good work there from the 30-year-old Matsimela. From very decent work to diabolical there. I think it's safe to say that they're not going to be giving Obi College any look at their goals from set pieces. Matsimela having shown already his capability. Nice touch there, control as well. Is a liquid from the highly confident and Gaga. Buso Tejane is in. That should have been the second. Obi College defense again at 6th and 7th. Big save from Lesotho International to keep it at 1-0.
Opening up like the Red Sea, right in the center. That's a very bad character of any team that opens up in the central part. I mean, to slip that ball through so easily. Was it Tidejane or was it Mvelase?
It was Tidejane in the end. Missable with those dreadlocks.
So is Mvelase, by the way.
Oh, yeah, good point. And your eyes are still on point, I see. Here come College. But the school doors are closed. Tidejane plucks it out the night sky. It almost just drifts away from his men in one motion.
He's operating on the left-hand side as an inverted winger. But he can play as a right full-back.
Oh, yes. You're right, he was Mvelase.
He just needed to apply a little bit of finesse in his take. But I guess you got to give it to Moran. It's great goalkeeping that he was able. Once again, it's a situation whereby the dink, or to try and lift it off, wasn't quite perfect from Mvelase. Tidejane had the same experience as they tried to dink the ball over the goalkeeper.
I'm sure you're the ultimate optimist. You're asking a lot from Mvelase. 156 PSL games, 9 goals scored and 6 assists in almost 200 games, William Chong. And you still want him to dink?
Listen, the more games you play, the more experience you have to decide on the situation, on how you apply when you are faced with a situation. It means I expect a lot better from what I've seen of him. He can apply himself defensively in the middle of the park, also in attack. He's an all-rounder.
I'll be picking up the goalkeeper gloves very soon by the looks of it. That's a shot of Bogiso Makoya, the veteran, Cabello Machete, and Johnny Matole. There's Tidejane. Plenty of spaces appearing for the blue shirts. And they're putting them to good use. Circumspective pass in the box. No one gambled. Here's Napule Saleh. All back. Illegally so. I think that was Lentry Mutau. I'd be shocked if That's not the game's first yellow card, and it is.
Now the youngster that has been dropped in for Motaungo for Texcalas this time. They also have done well with a lot of youngsters. Damane in that center of defense is one of those. Tejana, of course, who's proving to have gained a lot of experience last season. Quality player. It's a defense splitting pass to set up Salen.
Well, he had to take one for the team there. You mentioned splitting like the Red Sea. Yeah, split like a well-toasted sandwich there. Another set piece, not too far away from the first two. Is this the better angle? Ramos Sala took it. Maybe should have left it for Matsimela. He's shown that he's got the propensity. That pass is not good enough. The Orbit College leading considerably in the possession stakes, but losing in the goal-scoring chance. And the way you mentioned the players that they've brought in, the likes of Veluyeke Zulu, the centre-back Jeffrey Dlamini, defensive midfielder from Royal M, Junior Zindoka from Marumo Gallants, Cedric George and Hansel Williams, to name a few. It's what the likes of Ovid College would have been hoping to do similar business. They pointed to the penalty spot. Lukolo Party did not hesitate. It's all falling apart for Pokiso Makoya. Maswenko boys are in need of a 911 call.
I would like to see that one again.
I'm not sure as well.
Did the goalkeeper, his hands on the ball? But this will tell us better. Ball goes through, goalkeeper comes up. No, yes, without a doubt. Akambi had just barely nicked the ball away from him.
That's a great spot from the ref, by the way.
Without a doubt.
Sekwane Moarane adding to his team's woes. That's not how we wanted their goalminder to be minding his business. Lesotho international soon now to concede. It will be his 7th goal in 5 games, unless Pusodi Tejane doesn't come up with the goods. Everybody has words. Tejane just stares. Quiet little prayer for the DJ Cleo lookalike. Tejane, you'd bet your house that he's going to put this away for his 4th in 5 games. It's Pusodi Tejane, he misses! A tools for Izara Moarane. Adnan Beganovic can't believe it. No, you believe it, all right. And he says, Askis, I'm sorry.
Well, my only concern is the power. You know, some goalkeepers can choose right. Goalkeepers have that privilege to choose. But that one, there was no pace around it. The height
wasn't a good penalty.
And the height as well was just too perfect for the goalkeeper. Rather low or a bit higher. But when you go higher, you're afraid you're going to balloon it over the bar.
Was that overconfident from the man who's been free scoring? Pusodi Tejane flicked on to the grateful bet basket of Moarane, who must feel like a weight off his shoulders has been lifted. Releases quickly to the left. There are shirts in white that are in very good positions. One of those is this man in picture, Mabele. Pule Saleng, not known for his heading ability. That was going to be very excellent header, given the fact that he was already on his way down and it was behind him.
I haven't seen the moments that we know of him from a lot of trials where he peels to the left inside or right inside of the attack and then start cutting inside. That's where he's got most of his goals. It's the same approach that they've afforded in that position, but the ball hasn't quite come his side for him to help that situation develop.
Chance to cross. Just slipped at Wrong time there. Lucky Malati. Yes, it's unlucky for Lucky.
18 years old, being given the opportunity
He
to
looks
gain
like he's
experience.
18.
So it's one of those that the coaches afforded the opportunity to grow. And what we know is that at least for the next 2-3 months, it'll come at a very high cost before he can blossom to the player that he is. We haven't seen anything of him in as far as the quality that the coach is talking about. That will develop with a bit of time, of course.
Oh, will I call the MFC the school of hard knocks? The Betway Premiership is
We'll give you that, really.
this is the varsity of hard hitters. It's a big step up. Tsepo Matsimela stepped up and stepped on someone. Knew what he was doing. Away, Tato Mhlame, Tuso Muneleki and Yanga Madiba. Some of the loan transfers and free transfer work that Coach Bogiso McCoy and the chairman have been able to bring into the side, like Imashatsi as well. In comparison to the earlier names I mentioned, Tix Galaxy bought into both of their squad. Matsimela's pass powered in the direction of Ikanen Ramosana. It's exactly that, too much power, not enough finesse. 9 minutes before half an hour.
As we look back into that penalty call, and that Moriane made a good save out of it. Sometimes, you know, we keep looking at how weak the shot was taken, but we failed to give the credit to the goalkeeper, who chose right.
Really, I think I would have saved that as well. You could see what he was trying to do. Excuse me. He was trying to do a la Bruno Fernandes, that technique that has made world famous now by the Portuguese international.
Oh, watching a lot of EPL football, eh?
Yeah, anything on your World of Champions, huh?
Oh, indeed.
I'm a big
Yes,
fan.
yes.
UFC, you get me there. Cricket, you got me there. How's that?
Where'd you get the time from?
I don't know, William. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a lofted ball in the box. Velasi was the closest to it, but Morane was a quick release. Beautiful pass. Munapule Salengo.
First touch.
Not the deft touch that he needed, yeah. He was in. Not for the first time, the goal route one, and it's almost been the right route. Pursuing the touchline is Lucky Malati, 18-year-old, loses out. Tell you what, completely different setup from what we got on our team sheet. They had Lucky Malati playing in a different position. I'm at left back, but I don't think that's where he's playing.
That you can expect all season long. What we normally get to see, which is what people don't understand that are watching us, they see the graphics and then they take it that we put it out there. No, the graphic comes with the team sheet, and
exactly as the team says.
Yes, so we can only try to put it together as we maybe talk over it as the game progresses.
Funny story just before kickoff. First game I do of Tix Galaxy, of course. I watched a few of the highlights on one full game because, as William said, very tight schedule. I just look at him and I say, Tom Velas as the striker. And he said, yeah, he's been playing as a striker. I'm like, he's a central defensive midfielder.
So much has happened in between.
Indeed, sir.
I mean, he started as a right fullback. That was his major position in the past, and then he moved into the central middle of the park. And this season already, when it started, that I remember I saw him in that MTN 8 game against Sikukune. He was playing as a number 10, and that's when I actually wanted to confirm downstairs with the coach to say, "Gentlemen, please clarify this better," and say, "Yes, that's what it is."
Oof, almost got Saleh in, better put. Some spaces just behind that Tix Galaxy defense now picked up in earnest in a good position initially was Mutau. Surrounded by two men, but Galaxy full of skillful work, confident work. The fixer, Lugis, Bunja, ever present Kanyana between.
Damane is one of those players that obviously they're looking for offers, and there's been calls. They've been getting some calls. TS Galaxy making some inquiries. They're happy to sell this place. It's a part of
part of the business model.
Yes,
very adept at selling centre backs or anybody of that ilk. Also Sanoka, etc., etc.
Kabini.
Yes, sir.
Noi. So Tidejane, they say he's overstayed his welcome at TS Galaxy. They can't wait for somebody to come and give them their millions.
It's like an issue for the left back. Between there's Bernard Parker on the bench as Nan Beganovic seems to have called for a sub. Looks like it's maybe more serious for the left back. Initially thought. Inside of his thigh. Looks like it's a muscle injury. Definitely not going to be able to continue. Kanyana. Etsuino. Back up on his feet, mind you. But his replacement is already stripped it off and put him on the shin pads.
Yes, Bane is another left full back who can fit in beautifully, but the story of these two left full backs is they're both coming from Stellies. I guess, oh, that was way too high.
It's a bit too late on that one.
Yeah.
Youngster. It's as if 18-year-old is about to become the first player on the wide side of the fence to get a yellow card, joining Lenzi Mutau, TS Galaxy player. Sibande soon to join us. An early injury-enforced substitution for the Luake Sibande. He's on. Like for likes up for Adnan Beganovic.
No lack of fullbacks in that position.
They seem to do well in identifying fullbacks as well. TS Galaxy, it's part and parcel of their makeup.
You gotta have that balance.
Coming in for his fifth appearance. Sibande got one assist off the bench. Some of the Swallows fans, which side of the fence are they on tonight? Orbit or TS Galaxy?
They're happy to have football.
Football, yeah.
For those that are not aware of what we're saying, that this used to be the home of Morocco Swallows.
Indeed. That's the temporary home of Orbit College. Oh, that should have been the second. Unmarked and Rosewall, he could have scored. Back-to-back games, Lungi Simbunjana.
Well, he came running and he attacked that ball beautifully. He had the leverage as well. Jumps very well and he applies that power behind the header. Very unlucky, it wasn't on target, but if you talk technique in how he ran forward and jumped, had that hang time, and then the jack. Beautiful.
Rolled into the path of Saleh. Yeah, I think Adnan Beganovic has had words with some of his less trusted goal poachers this season. He said, I need more goals from you guys. I'll tell you what Lungi Simbunjana is. very questionable goal-scoring record. There's Sikodi. Getting a lot of space on this right-hand side. Now with Ramosala. Clearly works a corner for his side's advantage.
Another 20-year-old for Orbit. We'll talk about Saleng's opportunity that just before this ball was recycled into the corner spot. He had an opportunity. He could have taken a shot which is right, but he wasn't too sure. Remember, he's left-footed.
Yes, some nervous moments for the away side. By the way, Komelwaka Sibande played 23 minutes against Sweden in that 2-0 victory. He's only played 190 minutes throughout. Here's that chance again, William. Played 42 times for the man from the Winelands. Mahlambi with that 36-second goal. It still separates the two sides, and I'll tell you what, this game could have been 3-3. No lie at all.
Tidejana,
Yeah.
Velase,
Bunjana's chance as well.
and then it could have been 4. I mean, we're talking about real clear goal-scoring chances.
Don't forget Matimela's free kick at the crossbar. 5.
That was then for Hobbit.
Yeah, I'm saying all around.
Oh, yes, we could have had 5 goals.
5 goals all
together,
around,
yeah. In fact, yes, tactically, there's a lot of question marks on the part of Hobbit in the way that they're not covering their bases nicely defensively, and which could be some of the reason why there's just so many chances that are opening up in favor of TX Galaxy. But the energy levels is what you expect from these youngsters, which is what the coach was banking on, that yes, they might not be tactically correct in their application, but he's banking on the energy to see if they can drag and push TX Galaxy to the limit.
How do you then coach them towards survival and then past survival flourishing, William Shongwe, when they do not have the necessary minerals or experience?
It's a case-22. It's a give and take. Give the opportunities knowingly that it might backfire along the way, but you're banking on the fact that with every game that they play, they're getting better. So hopefully around December, January, they'll be up to the task, and you might fight a better battle going to the finish of the season, and you'll have a better team next season.
It's been a good watch for a small group of fans that have braved this balmy Soweto evening. It's a good night to play football. Really good stadium and good pitch. It's an iconic stadium, this part of town. It's a pity that it's not on the same pedestal it used to be. That's a direct shot. Is that a pass? Would have been something. Save a penalty and then score one in your own half.
Wow. I'll sign the man of the match check.
Right now, yeah. Past half an hour ago by Seluleko. Mahlambi still separates the two sides. There was a penalty missed by Puso Ditejane after Mahlambi was taken down. Look, you see Bunjana nearly scored from a corner. Tsepo Matsimela, from an Orbit College perspective, hit the crossbar from a free kick just outside the box, and Munna Pule Saleng almost got through and goal from a direct pass from the defense. Just couldn't get the job completed. It's been the tail of the tape, and of course an injury force-up for TX Galaxy with Kanyana. The trainer out, replaced by Komelwaka Sibande. Down the way, TX Galaxy's record playing against promoted sides. Get to that. Some defending to do for Damani. And just pass to Saleng, but he's not in the best of angles to trouble the Galaxy defense. Neither with that shot. Yeah, they've played 7 times, won twice, drawn thrice, and lost twice. have take Galaxy on playing newly promoted sides with him. It's okay-ish record.
It's a team that has been on the rise just every season. They've grown from the time that they used to fight relegation just about every season, and to an extent that they made it into the top 8 last season. So it's a team that is growing every season. But what amazes me is the amount of players that are being sold that are leaving the club, and they haven't failed to continue to replenish the team strength, which is fantastic. It just shows the state of the team in as far as what's happening, development part of the team.
Speaking to some of the staff behind the scenes, they place a real purchase on scouting, and as a team and family ethos the Galaxy set up. I mean, the one story I'll tell you as we look at Fowler's, one of their video analysts that have put, he was a YouTuber not so long ago, but because of his high-level IQ for football and his love for recording things, they took a chance on him. It's still part and parcel of the fabric, and it's such little stories that they make do with what they have. Saleh with the creativity and the little healer, but they can't heal the wounds of Hobart College thus far. Shirked away from the challenge. That's very clear. Here's Cody. Cuts in. I think they just need a focal point at the end of these attacks. Somebody that can hold up play and just
which is what
mix with the others.
Which is what Papeng provided quite a bit, but unfortunately he's not in right now. Malatsi is getting the opportunity, but the problem with Malatsi maybe is not the biggest of strikers, but also I think it depends. His ability is more mobility than holding of the ball.
Matsimela, two star players, and Matsimela and Salem finds a beautifully weighted ball into the box. But Kulmani Damani shows why so many clubs are eager to get his signature. It's in the most perfectly timed tackle, but got enough ball there. You pick it up from the corner. Ramos Sala reloads, goes for that straight ping again to the back post. It's clearly something they've worked on. First touch is decent by Mukomotsi, given Tiberi. He's played 315 minutes and counting this season. As a 27-year-old, used to play his football for Swallows, if you remember, so he would know this ground well.
Yeah.
Mukomotsi, Tiberi.
Another player they're missing in that middle park is Potsane, who got injured, ankle injury in this very field. These, of course, are some of the concerns about this field. It looks beautiful from the top, but just underneath, it's got a whole lot of humps and lumps. So easily you can sprain your ankle. Just revealing some of the secrets that maybe most people are not aware of. Our coach is coming here, going away with lots of injuries, and eventually they were able to discover.
Is that what happened to Letsuino? Because he just seemed to fall down without any contact.
We'll find out. That could be exactly the
point
situation.
you just raised. I am from William Northwest, where Moswenko boys are from as well. They call something that's beautiful on the outside, but not so much elsewhere. Muy fanfare.
Muy fanfare. I'll talk of a story as we look at. That's the early goal, of course, that came, what, 36 seconds? And then they start to rack up the upright. Some of the shot gained from the set piece immediately after that first one. And then here Moirang put a stop to Matlambi, which Tidejani decided to, you know what, give the goalkeeper with this opportunity to make a save.
Someone needs to tell him Christmas is in December. Someone needs to tell him that. Maybe a bit overconfident from a 21-year-old. Morano, though, did well. He still had to save the penalty, despite it being a savable level. That's an outswinger missed by two blue shirts at the near post. Mothambi have him pulled to the left-hand side.
Another prospect, Mothambi, of the way his game is picking up this season is such that there could be interest from elsewhere very soon.
The man I speak of just walked into the commentary, by the way, William. YouTuber turned analyst. Luyola for all those that know who I'm referring to. Very young, bright mind. Tim Sukazi has identified as someone that's got the skills to analyze, dissect, and also break down, give solutions. End of the day. William Shaw is still trying to get a YouTube page up.
That day is gonna come. You'll be blown away.
I'm ready. I'll be the first subscriber, sir.
I'm still setting up. It's just that my equipment is coming a bit too long to arrive.
Talk to me, don't worry.
Listen.
I got you, William
I'll
Sugar.
make you famous, son.
I got you, William Sugar. Passed there by Saleh. To the inside, two players collide in Matsimela and Maduna, right in front of everybody. Which way does that go? Goes against German. Incidentally, used to play for German Cosmos as well. Played only one game for them. Hey,
Welcome, German.
To whom much is given, much is tested. By the way, that win for Galaxy, getting into this one against UNLM. It's for the first home win since the 11th of March, and 3-1 victory against Supersport United. As cross that is cut off, there was only one man who could have possibly got it under that. That's something that we just need to improve a bit on. Get more numbers in the box for a player who's attempting to cross or pass.
Yes, that is exactly the actual problem that I've been able to observe since they started playing in the Betway Premiership. Is like their arrival is left to the out-and-out striker. But I can tell you, I've seen a lot of improvements in the numbers that are beginning to creep into the attacking phase of the game. Yes, the build-up has been excellent. They hold to the ball beautifully, they penetrate, but they were missing the people or the players that should finish some of the crosses that are being played from deep. But it's getting better.
Jingana joined Malazi. Coaching players. They play for Borisa Makoya. I should add as well that win for Galaxy against UNLM saw them in successive league games for the first time since last season. They won 2 in a row in March against Supersport, 3-1 at home and then 2-1 away. Usu Tumape Shankoni, 16 fouls overall with 3 yellow cards. Just quickly,
in case you are a Ovid College a fan and you're wondering when is the team going to come back and start playing in their region, in the Northwest, this is their last game, by the way, I was told, and very soon. Yes, there's still quite a bit about the main stand on the opposite end, but they say the lights for the next game, this will be after the international break. They should be able to have them in place. And so, football, Betway Premiership football will be back in the Northwest.
thank you for shedding light on that issue.
It's a big concern for a team that is supposed to play their home games but away from home.
And it was something we were discussing before kickoff, and I said to you, we've done a lot of games out at Olympia Park, and on its day,
nearly went.
I nearly went there thinking the game is still there. Then to be told, oh, it's at Dobsonville. I said, oh man, I was looking forward to the Olympia Park fans. And it is a real fortress. They are one with their fans. And I remember on the last day of the season, when they had a chance to get into the promotion playoffs, everybody and their grandmother was told to come to the stadium. The mines were giving out buses, taxis are plenty, and it was a festival, I tell you. Even Porter was there. He doesn't even support Ovid.
What about the playoffs? Final game
Amazing as well. Amazing as well.
It's just something out of this world. That's what this team needs. That kind of form of support. It's coming back, by the way. Be rest assured that
Hopefully,
you won't have to travel for your home games.
Hopefully, Will is not going to come too late when too much damage has been done. But, yeah, you heard it here. The exclusive, the scoop from William Shonga. Football coming back your way. Just a bit more patience. 3 minutes of additional time. We've seen an early injury, a very extremely early goal. Ball hitting the crossbar, a missed penalty. Great skill as well. William Shonga, what are your summations of the first half?
You know what? Like I said, for me, I can expect the lack of experience. I mean, they could have been exposed. I'm talking Ovid College now. They could have been exposed to more goals than what we saw. But they've done that well enough to have only allowed that one, which is what they did again on Tuesday against the mighty Orlando Pirates. But they've got to start creating better moments of their own as well on the opposite end. And unfortunately, that's still a big problem. And that, for me, is still something that they need to grow a bit more. I've mentioned that I've seen a bit more progress in the arrival of players coming from deep in the middle, attacking that box from crosses. So it's a build-up once again. It's something that we need to see a whole lot more happening in that second half if they're hoping to get the equalizer. They're not scoring many goals, one so far. This is the 5th game. They've only scored 1. And we have to look at the numbers of shots taken. Also, it's a big concern from all around. There's not enough. Those on target, of course, is another bigger problem. So these are all the challenges that the coach is facing and looking to fix them with every game that they play.
Really, there's a couple of stats for you to add to your storyline. Against Pirates, Pirates attempted 500 passes. Orbit attempted 400. But then here's a stat for you.
Yeah.
They conceded 3 goals, counting in this one game as well, in the first 15 minutes of games. That's their biggest problem. They seem to switch on a bit too late. And the damage has already been done. So for a 3rd game running, they've conceded in the opening quarter of a football match. Then
some of the things that as a coach you start thinking about, it's like this is happening so often now. It means there's a problem that needs to be solved. Is it the warm-up? Is it just the lack of focus in the beginning stages? These are workable things, but you've got to identify them first and then address them in training. Whether improve the warm-up, that it's a little bit high intensity so that they start at a very strong rate. It's fixable.
Food for thought for Coach Boriso Makoye. Here's Mashambi looking for a late surge. What have you made of Mpomvelazo playing as the false 9?
It looks like for me it's not a I'm still trying to actually find out, is it the one that can play with his back to goal? Is it the one that is looking for the ball over the defensive line? Or is it the one that forms combinations in that attacking phase? You still can't identify that much at the moment to be able to rate him. I would prefer him as a number 10. What I saw him playing as a number 10 because it allows him to go a little bit deeper and he picks up the ball and then that's when he combines. But now he's at the top of the formation.
Well, William Shonga, that's something for that man and his contemporary saw in the green shirt earlier to figure out. At the halftime break, it's Seluleko Mahlambi who scored his 3rd goal in 5 games. Is a man in supreme form. It was 36 seconds all it took for Galaxy to have liftoff. Orbit College have hit the crossbar, but they also had a penalty saved. So it's 1-0 at the halftime break in favor of the away side. Oh yeah, I go by the name of Mr. Sugar Temba Boy. A very good evening to you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, that's gonna be the fastest goal of the Premier League season. Barely the tee part has even flicked on hot. Barely the chairs have been pulled up. In Chicks Galaxy already writing headlines. 39 seconds and counting. Oh, the record field is rocking, all right.
Matlabi, the youngster, obviously coming from the right inside. He sneaks in a little bit more central, but it's a decent cross to be able to find him. And he's got the sharpness. He drifts a little bit central here before that cross is played through. It is Mvelasa with the creativity. He finds himself in the thick of things between the two defenders. It is the sharpest. Titejane does the heavier work, obviously, bring it across. Oh, that's a quality. Moriane rooted to the ground, didn't even move an inch.
Oh yeah, I go by the name of Mr. Sugar Temba Boy. A very good evening to you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, that's gonna be the fastest goal of the Premier. Oh yeah, I go by the name of Mr. Sugar Temba Boy. A very good evening to you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, that's gonna be the fastest goal. Molo, yeah, I go by the name of Mr. Sugar Temba Boy. A very good evening to you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, that's gonna be the fastest goal. To you, fellow champions. I greet you in the name of champions. Really, the first chance already on the ball. Oh, that's gonna be the fastest goal of the Premier League season. Barely the tee part has even flicked on hot. Barely the chairs have been pulled up. In Chicks Galaxy already writing headline. Bogiso Makoye. That team talk, that setup, it's all going to tatters. Titejane could still make it worse. Such is the quality and confidence. That setup, it's all going to tatters. Titejane could still make it worse. Such is the quality and confidence oozing in the body of the 21-year-old Bogiso Makoye. That team talk, that setup, it's all going to tatters. Titejane could still make it worse. Such is the quality and confidence. Team talk, that setup, it's all going to tatters. Titejane could still make it worse. Such is the quality and confidence oozing in the body of Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Did more than kiss it. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Did more than kiss it. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Did more than kiss it. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Ramosana is the decoy. Matsimela, oh, kisses the upright. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time gets his calibration. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time gets his calibration. Is he he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time, gets his calibration. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time, gets his calibration. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time, gets his calibration perfect. Lower than the last one, but the keeper was fired. Is he going to bluff him and go the other side? He goes the same side. This time, gets his calibration perfect. Lower than the last one, but the keeper was wise enough. It's what the likes of Ovi College would have been hoping to do similar business. Ovi College would have been hoping to do similar. The likes of Ovi College would have been hoping to do similar business. They pointed to the penalty spot. Ovi College would have been hoping for his fourth in 5 games. As Puso Detejan, he misses! A two for his fourth in 5 games. As Puso Detejan, he misses! A tools for Izara for his fourth in 5 games. As Puso Detejan, he misses! A tools for Izara Mwarane. Adnan Beganovic can't believe it. No, you believe it, all right. For his fourth in 5 games. As Puso Detejan, he misses! A two for his fourth in 5 games. As Puso Detejan, he misses! A tools for Izara Mwarane. Adnan Beganovic can't believe it. No, you believe it, all right. Well, a goal by Seluleko Mahlambi has two significant milestones. One, it puts him in a right conversation for the Golden Boot conversation, although it's still early days. He's right up there alongside the likes of Sere Junior, De Jong and teammate Pusodi Tejane. The other, it sees Galaxy move from 7th into 4th if they hold on to this lead. And they've been pretty good for the lead in itself, with Orbit College not at their best, not for the first time this season, but I'll tell you what, they've not been at their worst either. Coach Poriso Makoya would have had plenty of positives to work with and from, but let's see if he can apply his philosophy and what sort of team talk he would have produced. It is Galaxy and Orbit College for the second time in the second half. As we pick it up again from Dobsonville Stadium, it's Tex Galaxy that hold the lead, with Orbit College chasing as the home side. Alongside me is William Shongwe. Cool cat. Can you put on your cool hat and you let me know what you think were the respective messages passed on by the coaches?
Well, it's been the same for Orbit College, the home side in this game in particular. The adventurous nature, but it's your new experience in the Betway Premiership. You come with a little bit of caution, and yes, you've seen improvements, but you're still not too sure exactly whether it can hold. So you're always playing with quite a bit of caution. That takes away that momentum that you can play with going forward. So you don't actually know exactly what your players are capable of, because there's so much caution that is thrown to the wind. But it's getting better. But how long will it come together? That's the big question. You keep hoping with every game that you play that it will get better. The numbers maybe can be promising. We can look at the stats from the first game that they played.
Yeah, but Willie, game of football is not played on the statistician board.
Unfortunately so. But these are the type of numbers that as a coach can help to sleep a little bit easier.
The way you saw the green arrow alongside the name of Obelo Kwesibande, he replaced the injured Kanyana Latrino. He's the only change thus far we can report for you. Won't be the last. Mr. Tejan, will he keep that in? A great pace there from the 21-year-old. There's a freshness about Galaxy's attack this season. They've got plenty of legs in Mahlambi, Tejan, Mukaka. Velas is no slouch. May not be the quickest of the names I mentioned, but man can run for days.
For me, it's the loss of their top striker from last season, who was their top goal scorer. Will be a big miss. I'm trying to imagine where they'll be now if we're still pretty much around the setup.
No Victor Lutswalo. Of course, out with a knee injury. Orbit College on for the likes of Solon Ikarenen Ramosala, Kubamelo Sekhodi, and someone that's better known, Tsepo Matsemela, in today's starting 11. Awkward fall in the end there.
Top-end goal, clears long over the center line. Easy for Mariani, the goalkeeper, to pick it up. That's a long kick, only one bounce, the goalkeeper holds it. Steady build up. Long, aimless pass, I think it is, to the goal, all the way to Tarte.
Player we didn't see too much of in the first half, despite those one chance really that Orbit College created via the set piece work of Matsemela. Man who joined from Marquez. He's got a tendency of being in the right place at the right time, as Tsepo Matsemela. I'll explain. He loves to promote teams, the Tsep.
Yeah.
Likes of La Masia, Orbit College, and on and on. he's always in the mix somewhere. Whenever a promotion playoff is about, it's a low cross, should be handled easily. Jingana, so his pass easily picked up.
I was referring to last season, the striker for TS Galaxy was Azamovic. For me, he was something else, top quality. Hardly got to the ball, but when he did, he always made a difference. He was somehow
really good player.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his family maybe wasn't feeling comfortable living in South Africa, or was it the permit that she was not able to get? As a result, life became a little bit miserable for him to stay in South Africa, which is why he opted not to renew.
Zenan Zajmovic, man who's now playing his football in Iran, by the way. That's a man with a Belgian and Bosnian passport. 30-year-old born out of Antwerp in Belgium. Was the club's leading goal-getter last season. And what I loved about Zenan Zajmovic, as the ball goes out for a goal kick, he could drop into the 10 as well and link play, and also lead the line, sniff out a goal. Maybe talented for a guy his size as well, footwork-wise.
I think the other player that is developing into that form is Saleh Sofmalu Sundowns this season. Yes, he doesn't hold the top position, but I like him the way he drops and mix it up in that middle. But before you know what's happening, he pops up right at the top. But it's just that maybe Mamelodi Sundowns are having a difficult time at the moment. The goals are not flowing like they did last season. So, and also in the absence of Ribeiro. Now, all the responsibility for scoring goals rest upon Salis. That creates pressure. But I like what I've seen a few instances of him that is developing into quite a very fine striker.
We won against Stellenbosch today, culminating into their third win in 5 games, which sees them 2 points off Chiefs and Skukuna United. By the way, Chiefs won 1-0 against Golden Arrows earlier in the day. Babinanoko made it a game of, or a run of 5 unbeaten games, 4 wins and a draw for Eric Tinkler and his staff. Very good start, that finishing off what they started last season, or picking up where they left off.
The only dent, of course, was they lost in the MTN8 from Stellies. Otherwise, the league has been a perfect start.
Perfect start for them. Only win that they couldn't get was against Amazulu on the 27th in a 1-1 draw at home. Beating Durban City 2-0 earlier today.
Oh, so Gavin suffers his first defeat.
They've also really done really well. I think it shows that you can't buy experience. I mean, it's, some may say, an overused adage, but Kevin Hunt goes to Durban City and he knows the league. With 1,000 and some change games, he knows what the feel is like getting to a stadium, getting a win, and he knows, most importantly, the opposition that he's up against. And I think it's put them in a very good position, and they helped to position Durban City. The ball headed out for a throw-in.
And you got one shot at it to get it right. That this beginning stages of the game are so critical in any team's performance. And I guess maybe Gordon Hunt has done well in that extent. But it's a long season.
By the way, you mentioned goal scoring at Sundowns not being as free-flowing as seasons gone by. Yeah, Shaluli, they got the game winner against Stellenbosch. Injury time in the first half as Mkaka and Matimela ask each other what they want for Christmas.
He's been at it, Matimela. He's the hard man in the middle of the park. This is where Potsdam would have featured prominently, but because of the injury, the ankle injury that finds him out for quite a few games now. So he's still getting a talking to, Matsmela. Luckily, the ref hasn't decided to go into the pocket.
By the way, that goal by Peter Shadulele against Stellenbosch was his 130th in the top flight, 103 for Sundowns, 27 at Highlands Park, setting a new goals record for top flight play in the PSL history. He keeps getting better with age, and eventually age catches up with all of us. Ask William Shongo with his eyes. There's the Tejan. He's got plenty of years left in the tank. The 21-year-old nearly finding a pass. It looked as if for a second they just open up and place it far left. Turn is against him.
And now the question is, what was that? Mkaka, the man.
Yeah, not the best finish there from Mkaka Mkaka. Also used to play for Baberwa. Remember, not so long ago. Signed from Stellenbosch in September of 2024. 5 appearances and 2 assists for Nkanta Mkaka this campaign.
I felt like his progress was stalled at Stellis. He didn't play, he didn't have regular time in the starting lineup. And he's a player with so much quality. I'm sure if he gets to play a bit more, we'll see the bright side of his game. We've only seen maybe about 60% of what he can do. A very talented midfielder.
Matuna. Iterjane to Sibande, back up with former Zulu man Matuna. Another one who came to Mpumalanga to revive his career. Pretty similar story to you mentioned with Mkaka. Not finding minutes at all, and you know, sometimes a change of scenery is show me your number by Mwarani. Seen those go horribly wrong, but not this time around. Good work by the keeper. First time pass. Velase is in. Looks over to the right hand side. He was onside, but again, it shows that lack of goal-scoring instinct. He was almost fearful in approach. An out-and-out striker, I think, knows what to do in the moment.
As a hard man, I consider him. I didn't expect him to shy away from pushing his body into making sure that he makes contact with the ball.
Well onside.
He just even didn't need the leg. Just push your whole body, everything your head. But somehow the ball just managed to sail past him.
Napule Saleng has been replaced, by the way. And for him, Khomolemo Koto. What do you make of that sub, Willie?
The problem with attacking players in the case of Orbit, because they don't get too much of the ball, you don't see their impact, and you might think they're out of form, but because the ball is not getting there to where you can see a bit more of the Saleng that you know. So Koto, watching him in the playoffs was something else. He's one player that can actually charge up a game and raise the level of intensity to better heights, and we can only hope that he did that against Orlando Pirates. We saw a lift of their game, and they'll be looking a bit of that. Obviously, fresh legs is what adds value to the team that is in the field of play.
Koto, attacking midfielder by trade, has only appeared 23 minutes this season. It's the first touch for the aforementioned Koto. By the way, Napule Saleng yet to finish 90 minutes game, barring that game against Amazulu. Captained the side for 62 minutes in a 3-0 defeat against Kukuna United. Didn't play against Pirates for obvious reasons. They got 90 against Amazulu, and today it's just got under an hour. So maybe they're slowly feeding him those minutes and getting him to full fitness and ultimately match sharpness.
Could be one of the reasons.
Matuna with the Tejan, it just pokes it past his man, and then from outside the box, from what we've seen earlier, they are creating chances, although they may not be as clear-cut as I've seen in previous occasions, but they're playing in and around that Obi College box, that's for sure.
Which is why I say, for me, from the first game that play, I know they lost their first 2 games at TS Galaxy, but if the numbers were basically saying that the team that was dominating.
Oh, here's a chance here for Masweko boys. Dapeira not pleased at all. Koto could have announced himself in the best way possible. The cross from the right, William Shongwe.
Again, I thought there could be somebody around the central park. Goalkeeper misses it. Then Koto should have been a bit stronger and more aggressive in attacking that ball. He needed the slightest of touches. Oh, he seemed like he wasn't too sure if the ball
was going to get to him. Yeah. By the way, our winner for tonight in the Sponies competition, Mutom Monangmoki, Elliot Machwane, Kowa. Of course, you know which side he's supporting. I think his friends could have done better. And to the right, just got a scarf from somewhere in the house. But anyway, he says Moswenko, Obed FC Yarona, Betway. Make sure you got the Betway account and double your money, double the fun. Past the hour, we'll pick it up from the corner. Everybody wants to have a quick warning shot first. A ball that's drifted close to the near post. I think that's something that perhaps Professor Makoya and his technical staff should put higher emphasis on. If open play is not exactly opening anyone up, perhaps set pieces may be a real weapon.
That is exactly the case. Sometimes there's a whole lot that goes wrong with your build-up play, open play. And if that is not happening, your only hope is being able to create something from set pieces. And this is what most teams do. They just specialize on any balls or set pieces that creates it in the offensive half to make sure that at least they rehearse those well during the week to create themselves that outside chance to get a goal.
That pass was interesting enough for Koto. Certainly put himself about. Yeah, teams like Arsenal take all that money and they still rely on corners, but they work. That's why 30% of goals in competitive football are scored via set pieces.
You got to still create those set pieces by the way that you play. Create enough havoc whereby you're fouled, or there's got to be pressure created to force a team.
Nice first time pass by the former Steadies man Mgago's finding a real home for himself, and then from there the ball found a real home for himself at the top of the net, the roof of the net. Sipesika Maduna, an assist and a goal for him. Oh, sweet work, light work, right work. That's
man alive. I mean, for a second I thought, is that in, or did it hit the back post, or the, that was just hit so hard. Moriani, he must have been told that it's in the back of the net, because I thought to himself he was there close to that near post, but that ball still sailed beautifully past him. It was hit hard from the tightest of angles. Now this will give us a clear picture of how this move came about. He sees the opportunity, he can smell it. He takes on the defender. Man, ooh. Yes, wow. Height. When somebody's that close, you don't expect the ball to rise so high. You put your body where you think anything around here I will save. Anything higher than that, doesn't matter if you close the angle that well. It's a beautiful goal.
Wow, wow, wow. It's a third goal of the season for Mahlambi and a second assist. Well, it's the first goal and assist for Sipesihle Maduna. They've just swapped roles. One goal creator, one scorer. One scorer, one goal creator. What has that created? It's created a 2-0 cushion. Is their way back for Moswenko boys? It's looking highly unlikely. Koto wants to change that, chops in. Very left-footed Koto. Oh, and that almost an immediate revival. Great build-up play from the left wing and into the box.
That's Koto once again. And weave his way into the box. That last touch, he cuts it back. It's a great
That was
spot.
not very far, by the way.
Mabele. You see, the arrival is getting better and better, but now they're going to be better in passing the back of the arm. I mean, when you're that close, you don't need to put so much power. Just side foot it, place it.
Adnan Bogdanovic is finding a tune out of these young players. The new Adnan Bogdanovic era has Bogdanovic. Mahlambi has contributed 5 goals this season. Usodi Tejan has contributed 4. Mkaka has got 2 assists to his name. Maduna's got a goal and assist. So you got different players picking up the goal-scoring burden in the absence of regular goal scorer Victor Letswalo. Bukele, as well as teammate Letabo Odimweng have come on. They'll have about 24 minutes to change the course of the 3 points here. Ramos Sana is the other of the subs, alongside young Lucky Malazi. Come again, there's a pass to the right. Ditejan's pace is terrifying. That's gotta be the third. Mpomvelase passes it into the back of the net. That was created solely by Buso Ditejan. Cut them to ribbons. I told you they are dancing to a new tune. Adnan Boganovic's young team, and it's the old head that makes it 3. The 36-year-old Mpomvelase with his first, another new goal scorer of the season.
Now I'm beginning to think the second half performance. I thought they were getting better in Araba into the box, but now they're coming second best in situation. I mean, that is just a case of speed, pure speed from Didejane that leaves the defender and Klapo for dead before he looks across and pinpoints that pass as the cutbacks. Ohosi is also not able to keep up with the cross, leaving Velase with the opportunity to just roll it. He didn't have to do so much. This is what I'm talking about. Pass the ball into the back of the net when you're in that position. That's what Velase did. Are they getting tired?
Well, there was a Inyiti face goal for Mpomvelase. Not the cleanest of connections, but clean enough. And you're right, the defending there, you were just left for dead. The pace of Puso Ditejani. Very hard to handle tonight. And I do believe the glimmer of hope that was there, it's all but gone now for Orbit College. Man, oh man, Orbit College and Olympia Park need to be reunited sooner rather than later.
At a time when introductions were made of attacking players, more offensive players in Lukele, to say at least maybe apply a bit of pressure, because right now they're coming up with ease. This is what the only way that you can stop the flow of balls into the attacking phase is being able to start the application of the press much higher.
Junior Zindonga is about to come on. Koto. He's been a breath of fresh air since coming on, Koto.
He's definitely brought some change. They're creating good pressure offensively, but there's got to be a bit more than him.
He can't do it by himself. Junior Zindonga soon to join the fray.
Finished with an injury last season from Marumo Gallants, but TS Galaxy were able to acquire his services regardless of the injury, and obviously they've had to wait quite a bit to get him fit, and I think this will be his first entry, if I'm not mistaken.
He's had 23 minutes prior to him about to come on. He played against Siwelele.
Okay, so
slowly being introduced into the side. Missed the first 3 games of the campaign, and his first competitive league minutes came match round 4. Maslambi taken out there by Siklodi. How was that not a yellow card? Okay, that's about right.
Oh, there we are. I'm also thinking to myself, that was very deliberate.
He almost gave up on chasing Mashambi.
And of course, this is an important surname in South African football.
Indeed, sir.
For those that will remember, one of the best that ever lived. That still lives. The legendary Joseph Banks Seklodi, the Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper.
Look at the defending there from Mukosi. Didn't know where his man was. Didn't know in relation to the goals. And Monna Pule Saleng is thinking of Mayfair. It's a long, in fact, it's not a long way. We're in Sotra. Maybe thinking about his life decisions, but it's a team sport. And the irony, you know, that William Shonga, those 2 goals came after he was taken off. I know it's an offensive sub and the goals happened defensively, but as soon as he went off, those 2 goals came about.
This thing about quality players, they attract attention, such that defenders don't just leave them unchecked. But if that player goes out, suddenly the freedom to start pushing forward with ease is there. Now you're not scared anymore to leave him unmarked. Your rest defense, you can unleash players going forward because the threat is not there.
2 more subs to come on. Koto to Lukele. Keller's a very useful striker as well, saw quite a bit of him last season. Usually comes on in the second half of games, rarely really starts. But he's a handful on his day. He needs service. That's where you'll see the best of him. The 2 subs to soon enter. Katlego Nkabela in collaboration with Cameron Chwewu. Now, chance for Auburn College. Again, it's the crossbar that denies them. What do they need to do to score? Siabulela Mapele. On the half volley on the turn.
And a good one at that. Goalkeeper once again left stranded.
Officer Tori and Jomana Matsimera on his Nkabela and Chwewu for what will be the last 16 minutes. And for Galaxy, the former Gallants man, Zimbabwe striker Junior Zindonga.
I'm just trying to imagine now with the defense of Orbit staying or looking tired, then you know Zindonga, when he's on fire, he runs at defenders like tirelessly over and over. But I'm not just sure just how fitting he is to be able to provide those kind of runs that we've seen him provide last season for Marumo.
Played 11 games in all competitions last season for Atamane Bandwa. They didn't score in the 7 appearances in the Premiership. That's Saluleko Mashambi, congratulated by his teammates. It's all smiles on the TX Galaxy bench. Job well done for the 21-year-old.
Not too many teams score 3 goals in this Bedweight Premiership. Very few will score more than that.
Can still get better, Ditejane. Just up by Mukosi. Man, his pace is frightening. And it's frightening those defenders. When he stands still, his ability to just eat up the grass is an eye-opener.
Oh, that's one to put it. Eat up the grass.
You're welcome, William.
Thank you. I'm learning here.
You know, the strange part, when he was at Chiefs, they played him more central midfield. Sometimes even played him at fullback, I think, because of it's the engine he has. But they've profiled him pretty well this season.
Well, what impressed me is when Vela, his former coach at the development of Kaizer Chiefs, had him at Bafana Bafana in Kosafa. He threw him at the right back position.
He did.
And he was incredible.
That's why Vela Kumalo identified him and played him during his time at Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good in the Kosafa main championship. Played in the final as well against Angola.
Yeah. Well, you look, he was one of the outstanding players. Yes, they lost by a serious margin to Angola, but him was singled out as one of those that were outstanding throughout the tournament.
Angola far too strong in that competition. Into the last 15 minutes. Here's Zindonga. His touch clearly shows he's yet to acclimatize to the speed of the game. Oh, goalkeeper Tapeira. According to the stadium announcer, Tapeira. Spelled T-A-P-E, yeah. It's not been his best game as it today. He's had a few jittery moments at the back. And an otherwise pretty flawless performance from the rest of the team. There's got to be somebody who wants to stay in the naughty corner. By the way, William, Utumelo Radio Pane, Kabelo Jamini, Puso Ditejane, and Kamukelo Sibilibili all started in that Kosafa final against Angola.
And that they all came from TS Galaxy.
As I mentioned it, they know how to groom players at Galaxy, they know how to sell them for big money. By the way, if you look at their season, gone by, finished 5th after a very troublesome season, scoring 30 and conceding 30 by getting 35 points with 8 wins from 28 games. Drew a lot of games, the most in the Premiership last season, 11.
Now here's the big question. What really maybe is a bit of a concern to me is I've hardly seen a team in the stadiums for the TS Galaxy games like we saw him last season. Just say the family, but him, and you know he's always with the drum. But
tape fingers.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I've missed him in the most recent games.
I'll get confirmation from my sources, but I'll go with the theory he's scouting more new players to sell. into the last 11 minutes. It's been a very, very professional, polished performance by the Rockets of Mpumalanga. 2 more players want to join in the party, in the soiree. Danda Yonkosi Nkosi, as well as Onke Moleche.
It's an opportunity to start bringing some players for TS Galaxy. Remember, it's a long season. Those that started are those that are more regular. But now, if the situation is that comfortable, it's an opportunity to start bringing those that maybe hasn't had enough game time, because you will need them along the way.
The likes of Zindonga, only 23 minutes that he had played prior to coming on for Mathambi. It's Puso Litejani with another potential man of the match performance. Nkemulete and Tande Nkosi on. As Willem Shongo mentions, just making sure everybody gets a turn. Nkosi, of course, a Chiefs product. Out and loan at Galaxy.
Here's a story about Chiefs development players. This league, Betway Premiership, is littered with so many of the DDC.
Flag is up.
And some of them obviously let go because there were surplus requirements, but they'll go on and make it big elsewhere. And if they were to go around and bring all those back, man,
they could build a team, proper team.
A proper team.
You look at the likes of some of the players playing here. Tibedi, for one, he came through the Chiefs ranks, was really highly rated during the time of Sabelo Khatebe. It was a class of Khatebe and Ngobo that broke through alongside Tibedi. He was left behind. Dandi Yonkos is the new entrant. Tato Kiba is one.
Who eventually got sold. I mean, Mr. Suarez is making a lot of money from rejects from other teams.
Very good scouting network. Velase, almost forgot about him and the work he's done, playing as the man leading the line, man who turned 36 in February. By the way, that goal he scored, William, let me remind you, 156 Premier League games, that was his 10th goal in 156.
And mind you, take into account that he scored some of those goals playing as a fullback and then picked up a few as a midfielder. And obviously it's going to... I'm just trying to imagine now, playing as a more offensive player, we're going to see a bit more from Velase in that scoring sheet.
It's too late for him. He's 36 now, really. Too many years left. I would like to be at the top. Never, but I hear you. Now Beganovic has found a formation, and it's found personnel that thrive in this formation that he's playing in, because he's soon to pick up yet another win. Just like Chiefs won earlier. Not a good night for our Sponise winner, Ntate Machwene Kowa. I'm not quite sure she's even watching the game. Maybe she's one of those TikTok or what's the game that the youngsters like so much? Will come to me. craft is the game, by the way. At least something to give their fans some hope, a glimmer of hope, anything positive that they can march into practice come the new week.
One thing, of course, that didn't work out in their favor today is considering that early. That always disrupts the plans of the coach. You have a strategy, but when you start falling behind, that changes.
Here's a chance, here's a chance. Lukena pokes one in with 6 minutes to play. They do cut the deficit, but it's one big deficit to cover in 5 remaining minutes of regulation time. It's the two subs, Mundamweng and Lukena, who combine for his only their second goal this season.
That, for me, is what they can take alongside here. I promised you, for me, I saw a lot of improvement. The coach, I'm sure, will talk about it come end of the game, is that their offensive movements are getting better. The numbers are getting better. This one was only due to the number. He's onside.
Did just enough. And the irony in all of that, William Shongwe, we were just talking about where the positives coming from come Monday morning. That's something to work on. Can still get better for Musonko Boys. Scored 4 in the boards. The 4 white shirts still cannot make it count. The ball wasn't the best. In the end, everybody's whistle blows a halt to it all. A little too late, methinks, William Shongwe.
Well, it's that time of the game where you prepare to throw it in the kitchen sink, and I think that's one clear example. It doesn't really matter how much they can score this side. Let's see what can we do when we all out in attack.
Galaxy so close to keeping a clean sheet. They kept a clean sheet the first time this season. Not so long ago. In their last 12 league games, that was the first, by the way, going as far back to last season. So it could have been potentially another one to follow up the Siwelele win, make it back-to-back clean sheets. And not to be as Lukelo disrupts the scorers. Yes, Koto, he's really been electric. A firecracker. Maybe someone to start the next game. Oh, and a red card, so it's not a perfect evening for Adnan Beganovic and his men. He knows the mistake that he made immediately.
Yeah. Is that Mutaung?
Yeah, that's Lensu Mutaung. Not gonna find the answers in the sky, son. It's beating for pace there.
I think, you know, at some stage as a player, you've got to make that decision. I mean, it was clear that he needed to do something drastic to stop a goal being conceded. And it is one of those blemishes when you've been playing this well, and then suddenly, in a space of 2-3 minutes, you concede a second. And I guess maybe they got that away with that one. It's still a set piece. What can still happen here?
Well, now they've got a fullback problem. We'll get to that. Here's Ira. He really watches on. It's the top of the wall. You know, from the right foot of Chwewu. Kanyana. The Tsenyo was injured in the first half, stretch it off. He plays left back. Obanoke Sibande came on for him. Lentu Mutaung was playing right back. He just got suspended. So you're starting fullbacks. One is injured and one is suspended now, heading into the next game.
Now, there is the other ever-present right back that I'm not too sure whether he's still with the team. I'm trying to think of his name, formerly with Black Leopards.
Max Munyai.
Munyai.
ever-present player.
He's obviously, I think, injured with a long-term injury, but whether he's coming back, I'm not too sure. There's just so much that I'm not too sure about. But he's another that will have sorted out this problem immediately.
He always plays, by the way, when he's fit.
Yeah.
So Galaxy will have to figure out who will be starting in those fullback positions. That's Mudam all over his man. Tries once, did have a chance to release, but then the second time he knew the moment to look back. Those were the eyes of a guilty man. And that's a finger wag of a man that knows he's gonna walk past those iconic pictures in the passage of the Dobsonville Stadium.
Carter is the player, by the way. And he's one of the, I'm not sure why McQuarrie
doesn't trust him yet to start.
Yeah, because I remember him on Tuesday. He was just something else. He actually created so much pressure for the Pirates defenders.
Perhaps maybe he's not a good trainer. He's one of those. Here's Carter, showing the coach that I may not possibly train well, but I play well. Bring on a Saturday, and I'll show you on the weekend special.
Finish for the coach for sure you will talk about. That's
a cross to come from Koto. Goes to the back post. Get it into the mix yet again. Velase could be one that slots in exactly where he's playing now.
the problem solved.
Problem solved.
Immediately.
On the right side. What about the left side now? Overlook Sibande maybe is the one that.
Yeah, Sibande is the left back.
But
in fact, he's played.
How much fit is he as compared to others that he's replacing?
No, Sibande actually played in some of the games. So it could have been a technical decision that maybe he didn't continue to play with the other games. So I think he's at the level of fitness where he can just walk into the team and do the job without any fear from the coach.
Adnan Paganovic, almost someone is to stop him from getting onto the pitch. By the way, before you get home, the Rockets will be rocketing in the direction of Richards Bay, KZN, and they play Abafana Basepe on the 17th of September after the FIFA international break, and they come back as well and play Kaizer Chiefs at home. That's going to be a humdinger of a game, that one. Two sides in very good form.
Just a quick one about Kaizer Chiefs. Did you see the attendance at the Moses Mabhida Stadium?
Absolutely
for a midweek
eye-opening for
what a game, league game.
League game. Even tonight, that's one game. Very, very impressive. I'm happy they seem to be back. Marco Sachabuli.
Sim.
Yeah.
Did you say Sim or are they back?
Look, it's early days. It's only game 5. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Don't tell that to the Chiefs fans. They're already counting themselves as league winners already. That's just how excited they can get.
I've seen this movie before, William Shaw, and Sundowns came back to hold them a couple of years back. That's still a haunting memory for many Chiefs supporters. By the way, Ovid College, your side is back in action against Chipa United on the 16th, away from home, possibly at Buffalo Stadium, and then it's a home tie against Gallants. Hopefully that one William Jongo will be seeing live from Olympia Stadium.
According to the information we got.
Yeah, yes. I hope so. I hope your sauce holds up when it's not tomato sauce.
It's the coach himself.
All right, that's a good sauce.
So
last couple of seconds. What are your last couple of thoughts on this game?
Listen, for me, is when a coach is able to get a certain performance at some stage of the game, is the big question is why don't you help the players to start with that? This performance towards the end of the game for Orbit College is something that you would want to have seen right from the beginning. But TS Galaxy, I think they are beginning to be that team that is going to be feared because they win most of the game. Yes, a very questionable start, but going forward, you can see they pick up the form from last season. They actually are the team to watch going forward.
Well, they finished 5th last campaign. They're up into 4th at the end of August. And it's